What's up, fellas? A red dial stone chronograph, solid specs, great finishing, and from a brand we already know and love. How do you beat that? Oh, you sell it for around $100. Hey, there you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today we're looking at the Addiesdive AD2552. If you want to see what Addiesdive has been up to lately, don't go anywhere because this is going to be fun. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. Before we get started, I want to take just a moment to thank Addiesdive for sending over this watch. We're going to give them that complete and thorough breakdown they asked for. All right, we are ready to get going, and let's start right here with the tail of the tape. This one is a tad smaller than I usually wear. It measures in at 37 millimeters in case diameter, 46 millimeters lug to lug, and 12.7 millimeters thick. The lug width is 20 millimeters, which opens up the world to you for strap options, and you get 100 meters of water resistance. It features a Japanese OS-20 chronograph movement, sapphire crystal, 316L stainless steel construction, and a bracelet that honestly feels better than I expected at this price point. And when you look at the overall package, there's really not much missing from the spec sheet. Now, keep in mind it does have a K1 bubble mineral crystal with a hardened coating, but you see that a lot of times at this price point. I will say this watch feels refined, the finishing is clean, the transitions are sharp, and I have to admit the brushing is good and the polishing is good. This is very well executed. Now, overall, this watch gives me a solid first impression. Right out of the box, the dial immediately grabbed my attention because this isn't your typical dial. Addiesdive went with a red stone inspired texture that gives the watch a look that's very different from most of the watches that you see in this price range. I mean, just check it out. Depending on the lighting, it almost looks like a natural stone to me. It's unique, and you have to appreciate when a brand is willing to do something a little bit different. Now, let's spend a little more time talking about the dial because that's clearly the centerpiece here. There's a lot of visual interest with the red stone texture. In some lighting, it looks deep and rich. In others, you'll notice it takes the feeling of a more natural stone look. I like that it's one of those dials that will change depending on the conditions you're in. I'm not sure if this is your favorite Addiesdive dial, but either way, you have to respect them for the design and the execution. Remember, you're in a world full of black, blue, and white dials, so something like this is refreshing. Now let's talk about this case. As I mentioned earlier, the AD2552 comes in a 37 millimeter case, and this is where spending some time with the watch has become interesting. You see, I generally prefer watches in the 39 to 42 millimeter range, which is where I feel most comfortable. To me, that's what tends to look best on my wrist, or at least I think so, but I was surprised to see that it looks actually pretty good on my 7.5-inch wrist. This watch really isn't too small. It's just smaller than what I typically enjoy. Now, I do want to give the bracelet some credit here as well. It's comfortable, feels well matched to the watch, and it helps the overall package feel more refined than many similar watches in the same price bracket. Now, let's move over to the profile of the watch and have a look at the crown and pushers. The pushers have a very satisfying feel to them. The chronograph functions are solid and work as expected. I like the crown, it's easy to grasp, it works great, and love they have the logo on it. They did good with all the details of this piece. It hasn't felt like Addiesdive has taken any shortcuts here with this watch at all. In fact, quite the opposite. This feels like a watch that received a lot of attention to detail. You have reached that part of the video where we put it all together and try to make sense of it all. We like to call this segment Gripes and Likes. And we'll begin here with the likes. I really like this dial, and I don't believe Addiesdive has anything else like this in its lineup. It has a good, clean design with the refinement you've come to expect from this brand, and they also give you 100 meters of water resistance with the AD2552, which is a plus. And now the gripes. I'll start right here with the obvious. It's got a mineral crystal. Now, I'm not saying that they're bad, but I am saying they're not as good as sapphire. This piece is 37 millimeters, so I'm not sure it will appeal to everyone, but those that can wear this size will absolutely love it. So who is this watch for? This is for someone with a small to medium-sized wrist. If you're north of 7.5 inches, you're going to have a hard time with this one, and you may find yourself wishing for a little more wrist presence. But I will say, if you're searching for a compact chronograph, or you're tired of the oversized trend that seems to dominate so much of the watch industry, I think this watch deserves a closer look. You're getting solid specs, really good finish, and a unique dial and a practical chronograph movement. So where do I land on the Addiesdive AD2552? Honestly, I think it's a good watch, but more importantly, I think it's a watch that knows exactly what it wants to be. There are plenty of collectors looking for a well-finished watch in the 36 to 37 millimeter range, and for those collectors, I think Addiesdive has created something worth considering. But more importantly than I think, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section. Well, there you go, the Addiesdive AD2552. We'll leave a link in the description so you can go there, check it out, and see if this is a watch that needs to be in your collection. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. All right, we checked the time, and it is time to wrap it up, so we will close the show. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. We'll do it all again next time, but wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.